Hello, friends. Welcome to your reading. My name is Paul. I'm so glad you could make it. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoy these videos. It really does help out the channel. This is a general message for Scorpio. Try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Wheel of Fortune. Blessings for everybody. I mean, just as I said the word intuition, the High Priestess card flips over in the pack. It says, intuition, you asked for it, here I am. Right? And of course, we have the Wheel of Fortune as well. I think that you're somebody who, right now, your intuition is speaking to you. And I think your intuition is leading you to prosperity and profit and really big things. Okay? I think this is a game changer for you. I think that this is a real opportunity for prosperity and for greatness, for expansion and growth in whatever you are doing in life. I think right now, if you follow your intuition, it's going to lead you to great things. Anything you're doing right now, if you're following that spiritual guidance, right, you're going to experience a lot of good things. Let's put this card into a little bit of context and see what comes through. That's just amazing. Really nice. We have a Prince of Wands. We have the Princess of Pentacles, an Eight of Wands, and the world itself, the whole universe in front of you. Wow. That's absolutely stunning. And the Princess of Pentacles, too. Everything you touch is going to be gold. Right. Here we have an Ace of Swords, clarity. We have more Leo energy, strong Leo connection for you with the Lust or Strength card. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have a Knight of Swords. Very, very good. We're looking at the future. We're realizing that the future is anything we want it to be. If I follow my intuition, the future can be absolutely amazing, that we can create the world of our dreams. Yeah, this is really nice. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Okay, let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here with Alien Simon Mork Ripley. And we're not going to look at that card until the end. It will tie everything together and hopefully give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments. Okay. Now, I think it's quite interesting that you have the Knight of Swords at the end, because that's a Libra energy. It's a Libra power card. I just did the Libra reading before this one. Okay, literally just 5 seconds ago I was doing Libra, now I'm doing Scorpio. And in the Libra reading, we had the Death card. Twice, actually, if you count the extended reading, because that's your power card. So there's a weird connection with you and Libras right now. Very interesting connection. And I think that it's quite telling that you have this card of discernment. And even in the Libra reading, Libra had their own superpower card here in the final position. So the end result of both of these readings, both for you and for Libra, maybe you have a Libra person in your life, maybe you have a very strong Libra placement, that idea of higher discernment, that idea of making choices based on something more than our confusion, more than our worries, more than our history, our programming, more than our culture, something beyond just what the news is telling us, making decisions that we know and believe to be right and good choices, following our intuition, making choices based on love and divinity and the spiritual light, spiritual energy, following the High Priestess to our very best life. That's what it's all about right now. Not giving in to the pressure, not giving in to the naysayers, the haters, not believing in the bad news that's going to produce a bad world, right? We've got to make our own choices in a way that's positive and loving and constructive. You're building a universe here, right? You're building your own personal universe. Your personality is going to produce your personal reality. And if we all do that, then we're creating a really wonderful world together. Let's look around the room. We see very good major arcana, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to take courage. It takes courage to live life for yourself, And I got to say, in the Libra reading, we had a strong, fiery card in this position. It was a 5 of Wands, which is Saturn in Leo. This is the pure Leo energy. So very strong synchronicities between you and the Libra reading. I would watch the Libra reading and consider what the Libra energy means to you, and if you know any Libra people or where your Libra placement is. There's a link down in my video description where you can get a free copy of your astrological chart. It won't give you interpretations, but it'll tell you what your placements are, okay, if you don't already know. So a lot of majors: intuition, great good fortune, a universe, a world that we are building, the reality itself, right? And of course, your passion, your courage, and your strength, and your discipline. Both of these are Leo cards, Prince of Wands, and the Strength card, both very strong Leo cards. I'd watch the Leo reading if I were you, and I said the same thing to Libra, I think. I'm pretty sure. You've got fire, obviously. We don't have any water right now. We do have air and air. We've got earth and earth. So where's the water? Where's the water? I think that there's an absence of water now because we're looking, that's what we want. We're putting in the work to bring joy and love and beauty and bliss and satisfaction to our lives. Okay? And not to compare you, not to bring up the Libra thing again, but in the Libra reading, there was no water there either until the extended reading, right? So I feel like you and Libra have a really tight relationship right now, and I don't know what that's about. This never happened before. It's very eerily similar. But there's a need for that. There's a need for connection. There's a need for love. There's a desire for desire. Like, we want to have intimacy. We want to have beauty and bliss. We want to feel good. We want to do good. We want to feel good, right? And I think to do that, we're sort of stepping up our fire energy. Fire and earth, fire and earth. We're following our intuition, and we're getting active, right? We're getting active. This has got to be my favorite combination of cards. The High Priestess, the message from the divine, showing the High Priestess is that type of energy that comes into our life and tries to grab us by the hand and pull us toward something. Pulling us toward our best life, pulling us toward expansion, growth, profit, prosperity, abundance, right? Pushing us toward expansion and growth. This is a Jupiter energy, the Wheel of Fortune. It's almost as, and really the Wheel of Fortune to me feels like it's Spirit's timepiece. It's the cosmic wristwatch. And I think that the messenger is here, it's the herald, knocking on your door saying, hey, Scorpio, it's time. It's time for you to accomplish your goals. It's time for you to create your reality. It's time for you to thrive and prosper, claim your rewards, claim your abundance. Time for you to step into your true energy, your true power. Yeah, time for you to succeed. You may have been working on something for a long time. I feel like you've been investing a lot of energy into something. Okay, but this is the knock at the door. Spirit has sent a messenger to you. Subtle clues. Maybe you've been experiencing more synchronicities lately. Yeah. Maybe you've been, it could be that you've been feeling lately like you're at the bottom of the wheel, between the rubber and the road. And that's why there's no water energy here, because it doesn't feel good to be on the bottom of the wheel. But instead of focusing on the pain and the uncomfortable feeling, instead of focusing on the negative emotions, I think we're trying to just say, okay, it's going to pass. We're trying to just put in the work. We're not wallowing in the suffering, right? Maybe we would see a 5 of Cups, an 8, a 9, a 7, an 8 of Cups, a 3 of Swords, a 9 of Swords, right? We don't see that. I think you're not trying to focus on the pain and the suffering of being at the bottom of the wheel. You're trying to follow your intuition to get to the top of the wheel. You're trying to follow that spiritual messenger that's saying, okay, it's Scorpio o'clock here. It is time for you to move into your true being, your true reality, your true timeline, the universe that is here for you. I think that this is the potential and this is the actualization. This is what you're investing in. You've got this fire to earth energy over here. And I think that this is an investment of time and effort, energy, and or money. It is the Princess of Pentacles that will eventually grow and become the Empress. Okay, the Princess of Pentacles is the potential for that kind of greatness. This is like the raw materials with which we're going to build the world. This is that plot of land that you say, I can see it now. This is going to be great, right? This is something that's just about ready to emerge. We see the green tint at the bottom of the card. This is a cold and barren, a dry and dead landscape. You know, there's no verdant energy here, except at the very bottom, underneath the surface. It's just about ready to spring forth. It's just about ready. Whatever you're working on is just about ready to come to fruition. Because of your energy, your investment, because of your commitment, your intention, your attention, and your ability to stay motivated even when you feel like crud, when you're at the bottom of the wheel, right? You're not focusing on how bad you feel. You're saying, I got to get up and do it anyway. I don't care how tired I am. I've got to work on this. I don't care, how sore my body is. I'm going back to the gym. I'm going back to the art studio. I'm going back to the drum set to practice. I'm going back to work. Whatever it is that we're working on. Okay, maybe we're working on ourselves spiritually. This could be spiritual work. I do feel like there's a connection with food or with restaurants and you and your family. Maybe you own restaurants or something like this. Maybe this is about you trying to get your business going, that you've been putting in all this time, effort, energy, and or money. It's just about to come to fruition. This baby is just about to be born, right? And I think that's kind of what the High Priestess is doing. She's here to say, like, hey, it's time now. It's time to give birth to whatever you've been working on. Like, it's happening now. Okay, so it feels like a breakthrough moment. It feels like a lot of sudden prosperity, a lot of sudden growth. And you've got to expand to keep up with this. This is the process of change for you personally, right? If the Wheel of Fortune is all about expansion and growth, that it's you're experiencing in your life, your business, let's say, it's growing. It's just growing big. It's upscaling quick, right? You've got to do the same inside. You've got to develop the skills and the attitudes and the strengths necessary to keep up with that growth. So this is that internal expansion. Learning new skills, realizing that you're not just a one-trick pony, that you got to have different tools in your toolbox. You have different arrows in your quiver. And you got to use everything, okay? This is the world expanding. But if you don't expand with it, then the universe becomes something different, becomes cold and empty space. You have to grow to fill that space, right? So you're growing equal to the external environment. The world outside of you grows a little bit, you grow too, keep up with it. It expands a little bit, well, then I'm expanding too. And pretty soon we're filling the entire cosmos, So the Eight of Wands becomes that recognition and that really like that intense focus that says, I've got to keep pace with the growth here. If your YouTube channel, your business, your restaurant is growing that fast, you got to keep up with it. Otherwise, it's going to have no internal support, right? So it's like it gets so big that it's going to be crushed by the weight of its own gravity, the force of its own gravity, right? But if you can build up the internal strength, then it's pushing against the gravity. So it's going to be stable growth. And I think if you're a business owner, you know what I'm talking about. Any business that grows too fast, if it doesn't grow internally in terms of its systems and its strengths and its discovering its weaknesses, and if it can't keep up with the growth, it's going to collapse. And I don't know, stars do that too, right? So it feels like if the force, the pressure from outside is too great, we will implode. If the force from inside is too great, we'll go supernova. What we need is equilibrium, and that's the Libra energy at the end, right? That's the equilibrium. That's your ability to keep pace with the growth, not too fast, not too slow. I need to slow down. I'm getting ahead of myself here. This is getting too intense for me. The universe that we're creating, I gotta breathe. The universe that we're creating with this world or universe card in the future position, this can be different. This can be that supernova, or this can be that implosion, or it can be perfect equilibrium, perfect dynamic growth. It's not a static picture, right? But the world can grow so much that it becomes cold and lonely. Or we can continue to grow with the universe, with the world around us, with the reality in which we find ourselves. And we will fill that space. Sometimes, if the universe is expanding, what happens? The distance between stars becomes greater, and we become disconnected from people. Disconnected from ourselves, disconnected from our mission, disconnected from like our principles, or like the reasons why we cared about this. Like a small company has values, and like the owners, they're there, they care, right? The bigger the business, it's kind of like there's a distance that grows. I worked for a small company for 15 years. When I started there, the company was brand new. They'd only been in business a year or two. And the owner was there every day. We were all always in the same room, and everybody got to know each other. But as the business grew, you'd see the management people less and less and less. You'd see the people that you knew less and less and less. More people would be coming and going, getting fired, getting hired, And you'd see the boss, you'd see the owners and the management team less and less because they had more responsibilities, right? So the distance grew, and they really struggled to keep the culture, to have the subtle or the internal growth, to keep pace with the external growth. And there's struggles that happen, I think they're still doing well. I ended up quitting that job to do YouTube full time about a year and a half ago now. And but the company is still doing quite well. Okay. But that's kind of the idea with the universe card, that there is growth that's taking place, but we have to be aware of how this is affecting us and how we need to keep to our core principles. We have to remember what's important to us. Okay? But let's focus on the good stuff. Okay? We know what the risks are. We know what's required of us. This is absolutely the birth of what you've been working on. You've been putting all of your effort into something, and it's just about to be born into the world. And this is what we see here. This is like the birth of the universe, right? This is the dawn of the cosmos here. Okay, this is really significant for you. If this is a spiritual thing, this could be a business, a financial thing, could be literally the birth of a child. Absolutely amazing. Okay, I feel that there is a very strong financial component here. Okay, and I think with the Eight of Wands, it's kind of saying like diversify a little bit. Don't get so nervous that you make mistakes or you start second guessing yourself and changing course. But it is saying like diversify. Make sure that you spread your energy out enough where everything can be kind of more stabilized. So we're maintaining the equilibrium that we need, and continue to put in the work. And it may even be this idea that now that you're getting this leveling up, this success, that whatever you've been working on, whatever you have been incubating, is ready to be born into the world. Your work is just beginning, right? Let's talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. These readings are totally free. Your general energy is clarity. This is a connection with your truth, your inner truth, your spiritual truth, your mission statement. This is a company that knows what it's about. This is our core value. This is our core belief. This is our truth. This is our destiny. This is the foundational word or phrase of your life. Okay? Whatever this is for you, whatever word you have written on your sword, that's your truth. And this is something that you're very clear about. You're not confused. You're not being manipulated in different directions. You know who you are. You know why you're here. There's never a doubt in your mind that this is the path for you. I don't think there was ever a doubt in your mind that this was going to come to fruition, that this thing you're doing will be born into the world. And its growth is going to be a lot more rapid than you expected. That's for sure. Okay. And Spirit's saying something about home improvements too. I don't know if that's where some of the money is going, but I feel like you're kind of, either you're renovating your house or you're working on building something onto the house or fixing something on the outside of the house, right? Something along those lines. But this clarity, I think, is a direct connection with that spiritual light. You know what's coming in to the sword. This is like an antenna on the top of our head, right? The light is coming in. That is the spiritual download. And you know what that light is that's coming in? Well, it's starlight. And that starlight is this moon card. It is the message, the divine light coming from the universe, from the future, from your destiny, from Spirit, God, Goddess, Deity, Universal Mind, Universal Energy, Guardian Angels, Ancestors, Spirit Guides, whatever you want to call it. This is that starlight that's coming in, and you have a clear mind and you are receptive to the will of the self. You are receptive to the guidance from your own higher being, your own guardian angel. Okay? So your mind is clear so that your perception, your consciousness can break out into outer space and receive the starlight. See, we have the mind, right? That yellow part is like the mind. This sword, your consciousness, is piercing beyond the mind, beyond the realm of intellect, logic, and emotions and, the mental stuff. Your sword is piercing outer space where it can receive that starlight. And that is us connecting with intuition. I feel like you're really tuned in. You've probably been tuned in for a long time in your life. I feel like you have a very intense spiritual practice. I feel like you probably do some kind of automatic writing, or maybe it's more like active imagination. But I feel like it's something that comes out of you. It's stream of consciousness kind of stuff. Maybe it's words, spoken words. Maybe it's written words. It could be that's how you're writing poetry or writing short stories, or I don't know, something like this. It's kind of an automatic thing. Something flows through you, and your mind doesn't really interfere and get involved with it. It's just it's coming forth from you. I like that. We have the strength card in the environment. And that's courage. That's self-control. That is your ability to be disciplined. That's your ability to do the thing even when you don't want to. And that's what we have. That's what we have here, right? So what's within you is coming out. These two cards, the position in the dove and serpent spread, are very intimately connected, because this is inside of you under the surface. This is outside of you, right? Outside of the surface. This is under the skin. This is outside the skin. Yeah. So you have the potential for that courage, and I think that you are realizing and actualizing this archetype in your life. You are the motivated and disciplined, like go-getter kind of energy. Like this is really, this is like an entrepreneur. This is somebody that's building a business like from scratch with their bare hands. This is somebody that's building a universe like just with a hammer and nails and just doing it. It's a real passion. It's a real strength and power. And I feel like you're not always like that. I feel like your nature is more kind of hermit mode, kind of reserved, quiet, maybe a little shy. This is loud and proud. This is like wide and all outside. This is bold. This is courageous. This is brave. This is saying, I'm out here building my world and I don't care what anybody says. I don't care who's watching me. This is a real passion in you. And now we have some very practical energy with our Knight of Pentacles, who's looking into the future, right? You're looking into the future in order to anticipate other obstacles. This is somebody who's looking at the top of the mountain and thinking, okay, I'm going to need some rope, some crampons, some protein bars, crampons, the things on your shoes, the spikes, like cleats. I may need some water. I may need a tent. I may need a nice thick jacket. I don't know. We're anticipating the things that we're going to need on the journey. So this is your foresight in a way, right? This is you seeing the journey ahead of you and understanding that everything you do right now is going to be of the utmost importance. What I pack in my bag right now is going to affect my life on the mountain. It's a karma, really, right? It's saying that everything I do right now, every thought, word, and deed in the present moment is creating who I am, where I am, and what I'm doing down the road. My future self, my future life, the reality that I'm creating, all depends on what I do in this very moment. And sometimes that's difficult, right? But that's where our discipline comes in. It says, the future is just, I don't even know. I know that if I do the right things right now in this moment, I'm not going to worry about tomorrow. I'm not going to worry about yesterday. I need to do the right stuff right now. The future is going to take care of itself. So the way that you're creating your universe is, well, one brick at a time, one thought, word, and deed at a time, one decision at a time, one step at a time. And if we're focused on the present moment, which we are here, then the future is going to take care of itself. Then this universe that we're creating is going to be perfectly in harmony with our will, with our truest self, with our divine energy, with our destiny. This is the manifestation of your future, okay? We don't need to worry about that. Sometimes this anxiety is up here because we're worried about the past, worried about the future. No, we're focused on right now. Focus on the matter at hand. Focus on what your intuition is telling you. Do what needs to be done. Make the right decisions. See, now we're moving up to this Libra energy. And this is the ability to choose. Using your higher wisdom and discernment, using your intuition, making the right choices right now, knowing that it's going to affect the future. Okay. This is, it's also a knight. So in a way, it's also looking at the future. It's kind of reinforcing this idea, thinking and behaving, right? This is kind of like bringing the intuition down to the realm of decisions and the realm of actions. This is thought, this is behavior. Realizing that our thoughts and our behaviors right now are creating our thoughts and behaviors tomorrow. The world that we're creating depends on what we do and say and think and feel right now, you know. Your personality is creating your personal reality. And I like that we kind of have that idea of the prism here, because as we follow our intuition and we make the right choices and decisions in our life on a day-to-day basis, we're purifying our personality. And the more we purify our personality, the more that spiritual light will shine through our personality, and the rainbow there becomes our personal reality, becomes our universe, becomes our world. Okay? So I like that we have this as kind of a reminder of that fact. Let's look at the mystery card. I want the water energy. We might get an Ace of Cups. I think the Ace of Cups would also be similar to a prism, right, where the light is shining through the water droplet and creating the rainbow through refraction, I guess it is. We see the diamond soul, the diamond of our personality right here in the middle of this card. And the spiritual light is shining through us, and that creates our world. That, you know, our personality in combination with that spiritual light, right, is creating the world around us. So let's look at this card. What do you think it's going to be? Maybe an Ace of Cups, yeah. Let's see what we have. Maybe the Death card. Oh, it's a 10 of Pentacles. Even better. I mean, this is your pets, your plants, your people. This is your best life, right? This is saying that, okay, you know, the future, the uncertain future here, where it could be empty, cold, vast, and lonely, or it could be full and teeming with life, really depends on our choices. This is saying that, look, you're making the right choices, and your Princess of Pentacles is going to grow into your best life. You got your pets, your plants, your people. So we know that this future now, we don't have to be anxious about it. Because as it is right now, that universe card is saying it could be empty space. It could be totally devoid of meaning. It could be hollow. It could be lonely and cold. Or it could be teeming with life and love and bliss and success and prosperity and togetherness and intimacy. And this is what you have. So by following your intuition now and making these right decisions and choices now, using your higher wisdom and discernment, this future is practically guaranteed. Okay? So this is confirming that what you've been incubating is coming to fruition, and it's going to be exactly what you wanted. We're going to do an extended reading as well. We'll do an I Ching reading. We'll do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner and a link down below. New readings for Scorpio on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Okay, be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. These readings are totally free. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.